Is this rolling? We're rolling. So how we doing, beautiful people? Look at this glorious weather, just sunshine, pow. What a difference it makes. So I hope you're all happy and well. I hope you're enjoying your life, especially on this sunny day. So I just wanted to, it's been a little while since I've done any videos. I've been busy with life, I guess. I just wanted to do something similar to what I did last time. Again, I didn't plan it out. It just kind of happened. So I live out in the countryside now, and one of my nearest towns is a place called Newbury in Berkshire, or is it Hampshire? Berkshire or Hampshire? I'm new to the area, so you'll have to allow me. And it's the same old story as kind of the last video that I did. I was walking down the main high street on this beautiful day, just smiling to myself. I have to be honest, just the sun just makes such a difference to me, and to people, just smiling away, just breathing that fresh air, you know, just appreciating just life and the sunshine and the sun on my face and all that goodness. And I happened to spot a guy sitting in a doorway, and same as the last video, I'm afraid. I wish it wasn't so common, but I guess it is in this day and age. It is more common than it should be. You know, there shouldn't be any homelessness, but unfortunately there's quite a lot. So I'm walking up the high street, I spot this guy, everyone's walking past him, again, just same as before, just going about their business, not really even acknowledging him. And the thing that struck me about this guy is that he had his head down, you know, he was sitting down on the floor and he had his head kind of in his lap, like on his hands, you know, and I could tell he wasn't sleeping. There's just something about, I just sensed something about him that I could tell he was down, and that sounds really obvious, but I could feel it. I could just, his body language was just telling me like he was upset. And so I walked over to him really slowly, and you know, I just asked him if he was all right, and God, I'm gonna sorry, you just have to give me a sec. Like, I'm tearing up, lucky you can't see. So this is what happened. Like, I asked the guy if he was all right, and he said, he looked up at me so surprised that someone had just stopped to ask him. He'd obviously been sitting there for a long time and everyone just walked past. So he was like, well, you know, not really, mate. And I was like, well, you know, what's going on, man? And he started breaking it down to me. You know, unfortunately, it's a story that I've heard quite a few times in my life. Bless him, he was struggling. You know, he was a working man, he'd had bad luck, he'd lost his job. He lost his job due to ill health. He had arthritis in his hip because he'd done the same job for years, physical job, and it had worn out his hip. So his body was his job, and his body no longer worked, so he could no longer earn money. So he lost his job, and then he, you know, times were tough, and then he lost his place to live. And he told me that it was his son's 21st, like recently, I think last week, and that he'd called his son, and his son just was embarrassed that his dad was homeless and didn't want anything to do with him. And bless him, that this guy, Steve, his name was, my man Steve, I could just see it. I could feel it, man. I know I said this before, but I could feel it. I could see it in his face, in his eyes. Like, he was just, when your son doesn't want to talk, you know, when your son's embarrassed of you, and your son doesn't want to talk to you, even on his own birthday, doesn't want to speak to his father, man. I don't have kids, but I can't imagine many things that are more hurtful than that, you know, than your own kid not wanting anything to do with you because they're embarrassed of you, you know. So God bless him. I just boosted him up, you know. I just listened to him, heartfelt, listened to him, heard him out, just exchanged some ideas with him, just, you know, boosted him, told him to stay strong, found out, just inquired about like what the support is like in this area, because I'm fairly new to this area. Asked him like what he could do, what he was doing about getting himself housing and bits and pieces, and you know, how he was getting by. And he was in, you know, God bless him, I could see him just holding back the tears, telling me his story, you know. And even now, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm pleased I got the glasses on, because a couple of times thinking about it, it's made me a bit teary, because I could just, like I said, he's just a man, You know, I'm a man, you're a man or a woman. We're just people, and he's just a guy sitting there hurting because he's found himself in a situation that's out of his control, and hurting because he can't do anything about it, and his kid doesn't want to know him, and just feeling forgotten. He felt forgotten. So I let him know that he wasn't, you know. I let him know that he wasn't forgotten. I let him know that the people walking past him were no better or worse than he was. They were people just like him. I was a person just like him. And I said to him, you know, you got to stay strong with it. Do what you can. Fight the good fight. Stay positive. Keep chipping away. Your time will come, you know. And I let him know, like, if I see him again, I'm gonna break it down. I'll sit down with him, and if I can help him, I'll help him. And one thing that came up while I was talking to him, you know, is that the other day we had really, I don't know about in London, but we had really heavy rain here, and I was saying to him, you know, like, where are you staying? And he's like, I've got this little tent. I was like, well, that's good. And he was like, nah, man, it's a summer tent, you know, it's one of these ones that you just put in your garden. It's not waterproof. Always shit got fucking drenched, you know. And you know, I don't know if you've ever been camping, but if everything you've got gets wet, including your bedding, it's depressing. And my man, you know, that was his home, basically, was just drenched, ruined. So, and he was getting upset telling me about that. I was like, okay, man, you know, just luckily it's sunny today. So I said to him, you know, hopefully your stuff will dry out and you can have a good night's sleep tonight. So I was walking up the high street. I said goodbye to him, asked him if he needed anything. He was good. He thanked me so much for just taking the time to speak to him. I shook his hand. I told him to stay strong and just give him maximum respect and blessings and love, man. Just maximum love. And I was walking up the high street. There's one of these outdoor kind of shops up on the high street there, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, you know, I'm not too proud to say this, like, money's really tight for me at the moment. The last few months it's been really tight, so God bless my girlfriend and my family and friends for supporting me and giving me the love. And you know, I've got a roof over my head and I've got food to eat, so I can't complain, you know. But money's been tight, so I'm not really that flush at the moment. So but it was like, yeah, I earned a few quid yesterday, not a lot, but you know, I earned a few quid yesterday, and I walked past this shop and it was like a little sign from God, you know. I never really noticed this shop before. I must have walked up and down that high street like 20 times. I never noticed this shop, but today I walked up after speaking to my man Steve and him telling me about, you know, his home, his tent is just ruined and, you know, bloody blah. Something compelled me, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, something compelled me to go in there, and I went in there and I had a look around. Tents aren't cheap. I'm not a stingy guy, but like I said, my money's a bit tight at the moment. Long story short, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna chance it, you know. I'm just gonna chance it. I didn't really have enough. I'll be frank with you. I didn't really have enough money on me to buy even the cheapest tent that they had. It was kind of a little bit beyond me. So I went up to my man in the shop and I said, listen, man, it's gonna sound a bit wacky, a bit out there, but this is what it is. And I broke it down to him about my man Steve. And I said, look, if you come out of the shop, you can see him. He's down there at the very end, if you don't believe me, you know, because obviously the guy's never seen me before in the shop, so he doesn't know me from Adam. And my man was like the coolest, friendliest guy you've ever met. And he goes, look, mate, he goes, I'm not the manager, so I can't do too much. He goes, but I'll give you the staff discount, which is what I get. He goes, that's 10%. And I said, well, I said, if you could do that, that would be amazing, because that's the difference between me being, funny enough, as it turned out, it was the difference between me being able to afford it and not. And I wanted to hug the guy, but I think I would have scared him, you know, the way I look like a bit of a, I don't know what I look like, a bit of a thug or something. So yeah, so to long story short, he discounted it, staff discount for me. I gave him the little bit of money that I had. We bought Steve the tent. I said to the guy, I said, watch me. I said, he goes, I don't need to watch you, mate. I said, just watch me. You're going to see how happy that guy is down there. You just made his day. I said, you just bought it. Because of your actions, you've given him a new home. It might not seem like a big deal to you, but to him, you've just fucking changed his life, you know, for the better in a big way. So maximum love. I said, watch me. I'm going to walk down there. And I walked down there. My man Steve clocked me, and he could see I had two bags instead of the one, and he didn't really notice, you know. Anyway, so he's clocked me. I said, Steve, I said, it's not much, mate. I said, but this is for you. And he was speechless, the guy, you know, he was speechless. He goes, what have you done? I said, look, man, I said, you know, I ain't got no money to give you, bro, but there's a little tent for you. Like, you can put your shit in there, keep it dry. You can be safe. You can be secure. You can be dry tonight if it rains, you know. And my man had a little tear in his eye, you know, and he said, you know, he thanked me, you know, from the heart. He thanked me. So that was a good deed for today. So now I've got no fucking money left, but my heart is full, you know. My heart is overflowing, and it's a good feeling. So it's going to come right back down to what I said in the last video. Sorry to bang on, you know, sorry to make it repetitive, sorry to make this like the same old fucking story, but the truth is, guys and girls, like, we need to do what we can do in this life, you know. We need to do what we can do. Whenever you're down, whenever shit hits the fan, whenever it's tough, you gotta do what you got to do to get through, you know, and ask people for help and rely on your friends and your family and your loved ones. But also, don't think that in those tough times you can't do anything to help yourself, or you can't do anything to help other people, because you can. The answer is you can to both of those things. You can help yourself and you can help other people. So it's not my place to tell you or even to ask you what to do, but what I would encourage everyone to do is please just take a minute next time you're walking down the high street, or down near the tube station, or the local shops, or wherever it is that you live. Just keep your eyes open. Just keep your eyes open, you know. And if you see someone, just go and have a little chat with them. You know, some people might be a bit intimidated. You know, sometimes homeless people have got problems just like all of us. You know, they could be drug problems, alcohol problems, or none of those. But the point I want to make, the point I'm trying to make, is they're just people like you and me. But the difference is, majority of us, people who have homes I'm talking about, we have some sort of support. Majority of them, guys and girls that are homeless, they don't have support, and they can go a whole day without having a conversation with someone, you know, without someone looking him in the eye and having that connection with them and making them feel human just for those 5 minutes. So please, I implore you, you know, from the heart, please, next time you see someone that looks like they need help, even if you've got no money, you know, even if you can't give them anything, just give them your attention, give them your energy, you know, just go and acknowledge them, just have a little chat with them. Like, to you, it's probably not going to seem like that much, to be totally honest, but to them, you're going to change their day. You're going to change their whole day. You might be the only person that talks to them that day, you know, and it's going to lift them, it's going to boost them, so that you might be the difference between them giving up and not giving up in that day, you know. So just please do what you can, spread the love, stay positive, enjoy this day, enjoy this sunshine, and the only way to change things in this world is not by talking, it's by doing. And sometimes we've got to set aside our judgment and our inhibitions and our hesitations, and sometimes we've got to just do, you know. There's power in action. The things that scare us and the things that intimidate us are up here. Sometimes you've got to get out of this, and you just got to listen to this. You just got to just feel this, and what this is telling you is usually the right thing to do. So just turn up that empathy, you know, just turn up that empathy and turn down that apathy, you know. Don't get disheartened, don't buy into this, oh, the world's all doom and gloom. You know, there's a lot of bad shit going on out there, there's a lot of tough times for people, but we can change that, all of us. We can all change it, because when you do like just a small action to help someone, it might not seem like a big deal to you, but like I said today, my man Steve, the guy in that shop, you know, because of that guy in the shops, my man Steve's like skipping all the way to, you know, he's amazing. He's had the most blessed day that he's had in a long time. So you take all those little bits of action of a human being helping another human being, and you add all those little bits up, and it adds up to something big, something massive, you know. So don't think that you can't make a difference because you're just one little person on your own, you know. If we all just do just a little bit of whatever it is that we can, give people, you know, give people time, give them attention, give them love, give them positive vibes, give them food if they need food, and we can, even a little bit of money, you know, just whatever it is you can give. If we all just give that little bit, it adds up to a massive change, you know, a massive change. And that's what we want, you know. We can lift these people up and bring them with us. There's enough everything. There's enough energy. There's enough there's enough love, you know, there's enough of it all to go round. So we can lift them up and we can bring them with us. We don't need to leave people behind in this day and age. There's enough of, you know, we're advanced enough and we're clever enough and we've achieved enough to know that we can make a change. You can make a change personally. So I guess that's all I wanted to say, you know. It seems to be a recurring theme for me. I don't know if it's the man upstairs trying to tell me something, but every now and then he puts something in my face. He put Steve in my face. I just looked over at him and I just knew in that second, I was like, I can't leave that man sitting there on his own. I just can't. I can't leave him sitting on his own. You know, hundreds of people walking past him and my man's alone. Don't need to be alone, you know, and people don't need to be alone. And that includes you. You don't have to be homeless to be struggling, you know. If you need help and you're feeling alone, reach out to people. They're going to surprise you. They're going to surprise you, you know. Call up your friend or tell your loved one or your parent or your spouse. Tell them when you're struggling. They're going to surprise you with their love. And the beautiful thing is, when you open up to someone and you show them that part of you that's vulnerable, you know, you show them, even if you're a big, strong man, if you're struggling, you show your partner, you know, you show them, listen, you know, I'm not dealing with this little thing, or I'm struggling with this. The beautiful thing is, you're empowering them. You're making them feel more valued because they know they're making a difference to your life. So what a beautiful gift in being vulnerable and in being in struggle you can give someone else by letting them help you, you know. And don't be too proud to accept that help, because we all need it. We all need it. I guess that's my rant over. Like I said, I'm planning to do more stuff. I mean, even today, this thing's got me thinking, you know, it's a recurring theme. So let's leave that into the grey matter and see what I come up with, some ideas about maybe making slightly bigger change to these people if I can, or if we can. In the meantime, like I said, stay positive, stay blessed, spread the love, enjoy the sun, and I'm going to catch you real soon, people. Lots of love. Take care. Bye for now.